It's time to let go of the myth that being unbothered means you don't care, or that you're immune to others' opinions, and that nothing ever gets to you. The truth is, we all care, even when we say we don't. Let's be freaking for real. And this is coming from an unbothered queen who used to say I didn't care about things all the time when I was younger. It's actually okay and very human to let things affect you. Being unbothered is more about not letting others' opinions derail your own opinions, your purpose, or your personality.
First, let's admit we do care about others' opinions. That's so normal. However, some opinions just aren't facts. If someone were to say I was arrogant and selfish, I'd probably laugh at them. I do have selfish moments, for sure. We all do. And yes, I think highly of myself, but I also don't think I'm superior to others. That's just rude. I think more people should think highly of themselves, actually. That's a form of self-love, in my opinion, as long as they're not putting others down.
We all care what people think, but most things do need to be taken with a grain of salt. People project their own insecurities onto others all the time, which segues me into my next point. Discernment. Discernment is being able to hear an opinion and deciding if that resonates with you or not. And let me just say, most opinions, stories, anecdotes are not for you. Especially with the way current social media trends and just trends in general, we often try to place ourselves where we don't need to be. Not every trend or conversation is meant for us.
It'll become very difficult to live your life if you're constantly worried about what some person on social media said about Leos, or if you shower in the morning or if you shower at night. Not every opinion is equal, and every little thing doesn't need to be taken personally. It's hard to decide when to take it on the chin, but once you start filtering things out, your discernment becomes a bit of a superpower.
I know this word is so tired, but setting boundaries will get you so far in becoming an unbothered queen. Trust me. We saw on national TV what happens when someone tries to set their boundaries and how people react to that. If you are a Love Island watcher, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Boundaries can be very difficult to set and is honestly the final boss. Setting boundaries can end friendships, relationships, and sometimes even families. Staying true to yourself and walking in your purpose is something that disturbs people for some reason. And honestly, I really wish I knew what it was. Like, why does that bother people so much?
At the end of the day, you're going to be you and do what you do. That's going to piss others off. I don't know why exactly. You still have to make the decisions you're going to make regardless of if people talk or disagree. You really gotta do you. And that's on trusting in yourself.
I actually used to hate when a friend wouldn't take my advice. I did. And I used to deny it too. But it just used to hurt my feelings, and I always felt like they weren't truly listening. But I totally realized that they were just doing them. They were being themselves and absolutely staying true to themselves. And there was just no reason for me to be upset. I do still dislike when someone asks for advice and they do the complete opposite. It's not like I'm out here telling people to go jump off a bridge or even spend their life savings. I just, I be wanting people to do right, but doing the whole opposite it can be crazy. But like, if you just do something different, but it's like in a similar vein, I'm cool with it. But like the opposite is crazy. I will say I do get it now. Me personally, I rarely ask for advice these days because I really just trust in myself. And I think that's what it is for me, because I don't tend to ask for advice other than my mom and dad. I don't really ask for advice because I just truly trust in myself. I feel like I have really good intuition about things. I'm a good judge of character for the most part. Yeah, some things have slipped through the crack. I definitely trust in myself. Being unbothered isn't about being cold or screaming, I don't care, when you know you do. It's about discernment, setting boundaries, and trusting in yourself. It's freeing when you no longer feel like you have to ask for permission anymore. You're unbothered, but not untouchable. You'll know when something is meant for you and when to react to certain things. There's power in learning when to let someone be wrong about you. Most of the time, people with the most to say don't even live in the world you're creating for yourself. Not everything deserves a reaction or correction. I just want to let you guys know that when I do these videos, these types of videos, I am reading from a script. And yes, I wrote it myself. Sorry for the glare. I wrote it myself. So I am reading. I have my tripod set up behind the camera, and I am absolutely reading. So if it looks like I'm reading, that's why I am. But if I go off script, I go way off script. So I don't like to derail what I truly want to talk about. So I always do this. And I hope that doesn't make it less authentic for you guys, but I'm going to continue to do that. When I was younger, I often was told that I wasn't liked by people I was hanging out with. They'd be like, oh, I don't like you. And I'd be like, oh, this is news to me because you're hanging out with me. And then they would list these reasons of like why I don't like me. It would be like some things that I said. I just don't like you. You think you're better than everybody. And I would be like, no, I don't. I'm literally just existing here. And you came up with that yourself. And they would just be like, oh, I don't want to be your friend. One time, a group of girls told me they didn't want to be my friend because I asked for things. This was in middle school. So yeah, it was weird. And I was like, oh. And because I had gone through that in elementary school multiple times, I was just like, okay, and moved on. And what was crazy is a lot of them ended up staying my friend, and then, you know, it just fizzled out. And it ended up happening in high school and then a little bit in college. But now that I've been an adult, it doesn't happen nearly as often, but I get this weird reaction. People are like, you don't really react to anything. Like, you're just so like, I get called stoic. I don't think I'm very stoic, but I will say I am unbothered. Like, if somebody has an opinion about me that I feel like is just not true, I'm like, what makes you say that? And typically I get the stuttering, well, you just, well, and then it's like, oh, okay, yeah, good talk. Because if you can't back it up, then it probably is not true. And that's just how I operate, you know? Being unbothered, I'm not gonna say naturally, but like learning to be unbothered is definitely, in my opinion, a superpower. It is something that has really helped me in certain situations. And like I said, that does not mean I don't react to other types of situations, but when it comes down to people having opinions about me, or I don't even want to say talking behind my back, because if anybody talks behind my back, it never gets to me. So usually if someone has a negative opinion about me, I tend to take it with a grain of salt, because it's usually not true. Like I said, if you can't back it up, then it's probably not true. You gotta come with examples. There's a little backstory of me being unbothered, I guess. Anyway, it is time to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up or whatever if you do like this video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.